Hello, and welcome back to Paul's Ride to Raymond's. Right, so we're just leaving Accrington now. Now what you can't see at the minute is a BMW car that was clearly doing above the speed limit when he was coming up Willow's Lane here. You'll see him any second now. There he is. Now this is a 30 mile an hour zone, and clearly he's going above that. And the usual thing later on, you'll see that you know, when we reach the T-junction to Haslin and Old Road, he's there, so he's not got any further by breaking the law. But that's what it's like in a car. You just can't. I mean, you can actually make progress on a bike. You know, yeah, you can break the law, but you can actually break the law by passing other vehicles, so you get actually further. But not condoning that. But as I said, in a car, it's not very, you know, not possible really to overtake vehicles on roads like this. Hey ho. Right, so we're on the way home, and as I say, just a little ride to and from, and just to show viewers of new roads, new to them, new to yourselves, around where we live. As I say, I travel that road, the Haslin and Old Road, most days. I say most days because sometimes I go over the Haslin and Grain Road, which takes you down to Helm Shore. But I do prefer the old road because it's a bit quieter, and it brings you, you know, sort of, I think, a little bit quicker time-wise to the A56, which takes you to Bury, Ramsbottom, Bury, and on to Manchester. So anybody who would like to see my journey to and from St Mary's in Manchester, there is a video to that. I think it's in 3 parts. My journey during my working day. So I'll include the links to those videos, and you can you know, you can sort of check it out there. So as I say, I'll include the links for that. So being in this area, if I've gone further down from where Raymond lives, there you are. That's the black BMW in front now. So as I say, he's exactly in front of me where he were back there, and he's brought the law. So there we are. Yeah, if you go further down Willow's Lane, there's a street to the left called Chester Street, and that is where I bought my first motorcycle, the Honda C50, in 1980. Now there's a story with that bike. I saw first of all, it was July 1980, and I just got an idea that I wanted to buy a motorcycle. I've been working just over a year after leaving school, so I was getting a little bit more independent, and I wanted my own transport, and a car was out the question financially, and I just didn't like cars. Still don't really, but they have a purpose. And so I looked in the local newspaper, the then named Lancashire Evening Telegraph. It's now called the Lancashire Telegraph, I think. Don't buy it now, so I'm not sure about that. But I looked in the classified ads part under motorcycles and scooters. Excuse me. And I saw this Honda C50 for sale, and £70 it was down for. Now, in July 1980, I was probably on about £32 a week for 40 hours. I think it was a 40-hour week. So pretty low paid. So £70 was like, 2 and a bit weeks wages. So quite a lot of money. But I asked my dad, would he mind taking me to go and have a look at it? And he did. And I can't remember any sort of comments off my mum to the effect that you shouldn't, you're not having a motorcycle, they're dangerous, blah blah blah. But she wasn't keen, I remember that. So that's typical of a caring mum, obviously. So anyway, he took me to it, and when we were driving up towards the house on Chester Street, he was actually working on it. He was actually tinkering, which should have been a clue really as to the state of the bike. But I was excited. I'm 17, and I wanted to have a look at this bike. Like Christmas, it felt really good, So he takes me, this guy who owned it, he took me on the back of it around the streets around there, Stevenson Street East and streets like that, Lonsdale Street, I think that's one of the streets. Anyway, took me around these streets, and well, it was great fun. I've never been on a bike before, and I can't remember. He obviously had a spare helmet. I didn't have a crash helmet, so he must have had a spare. So the little details like that I forgot all about really. But anyway, so when we got back, apparently what he was doing, he'd had the leg shields off. Now this is a photograph of the bike. There you are. That's me, age 17, in my house, my mum and dad's house in the backyard. And I do believe that my friend Darryl took that. Now, if you look him up on YouTube under Dazza, that's DAZZA, just passed his test, just got his license. So I'm chuffed to bits that he's joined the A team, and I hope one day to ride with him. But look him up, Dazza. Again, I'll put a link to his channel on the screen. There we go, Dazza. So anyway, so he said he took the leg shields off because the last person to take it for a test ride forgot to turn the tap on for the fuel on the carburetor. So no, I didn't know any different really, and neither did my dad really. But I know now that all it does is just run out of fuel and sort of conk out. But as soon as you turn the tap on, you just kick-start it a few times, and eventually fuel will flow through the carburetors to the cylinder head, and Bob's your uncle. It'll fire up. Certainly won't need sort of stripping down. Anyway, I was all excited, and £70 was paid, and I got the bike. Well, that backyard where you've just seen with the photograph, I remember, typical of me, my generation I guess, I don't think they do it now, with young people on these off-road bikes riding illegally all over the place. But then in 1980 the law was stricter, there were more policemen around, and the likelihood of getting caught riding an illegal motorcycle on the road was much greater. So what I did, my dad took me down to a place called Scapa Car Park, and at weekends there was absolutely no cars on it whatsoever. Not the case now, although the factory's closed now. I don't know what they use the car park for. May have built on it now, I don't know. But then it was because the mill was closed. It was empty, or very, very few cars on it. Because bear in mind, 36 years ago there were a lot less cars anyway on the roads. So anyway, he took me down to Scapa Car Park, and he let me ride it, you know, on this car park. And I thought, wow, you know, after having a bicycle, it was like, you know, a big thing, you know. Anyway, better cut short my tail, we're near the end of the ride. So we bought it, and the bottom line is that the first ride I went on it in August, when my licence and insurance kicked in, the thing cut out, conked out, and it apparently it had seized and it needed a rebore. And that bike got me going on the road to motorcycling, and look what we're on now. Can't believe it. Right, thanks for watching. We're almost home. See you next time. Ride safe. Bye for now.